All right, boys and girls, today I'm going to do my last zoo animal read aloud with you. And this animal that I'm going to read to you about today is not actually found at the Peoria Zoo. I wish that we had them at the Peoria Zoo because they are one of my very favorite animals, and that is hippopotamuses. I never used to know a whole lot about hippopotamuses until a couple of years ago. You can maybe have your mom or dad look up this zoo on Facebook, but there is a zoo called the Cincinnati Zoo. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio, and they have some hippopotamuses there. And the one that I love the most, her name is Fiona, and she was born, I think, about 3 years ago, and she was born very prematurely, which means that she came out of her mommy's belly way earlier than she should have, and it's kind of a miracle that she survived. They had to do a lot of giving her a lot of extra help and medical care to help her to live, but she is one of the funniest animals I've ever seen videos of. You can go on their Facebook page and see lots and lots of funny videos of Fiona. She has a really big personality, and she made me fall in love with hippos. And I have not been to the Cincinnati Zoo yet, but that is something that I really want to do sometime in the near future so that I can go and see Fiona and meet her and her mom, BB. So we're going to learn about hippopotamuses today. And this book is an animal safari book by Carrie Schutz. Does anybody remember what this page is called in a nonfiction book? Table of contents. If you said that, you are correct. And that table of contents tells us what pages we can find certain information on. Like if I wanted to know about hippos grazing or what they like to eat, I could go to page 12. If I wanted to know about hippos fighting, I could go to page 18. Okay, so table of contents can tell us where we can find certain information. What are hippopotamuses? Hippopotamuses are huge animals. They are also called hippos. Hippos in water. Hippos live in lakes and rivers. Water keeps their bodies cool. Look at their big mouths. A reddish liquid protects their skin from the hot sun. Hippos are too heavy to float. Webbed feet help them move in water. Does anybody remember from when we learned about ocean animals what webbed feet are? What are webbed feet? Webbed feet are when an animal has skin in between their fingers or phalanges or whatever you want to call them, depending on what kind of animal they are. But it would be like if our hand had skin growing all in between these fingers. That would be webbed hands or webbed feet, and that helps you to swim. Grazing. Hippos come out of the water late in the day. They graze on grasses. Here's a hippo eating some grass. Pods. Hippos live in groups called pods. Most pods have 10 to 30 hippos. There's some hippos living in their pod. A male hippo leads a pod. It fights other males for females and territory. So a male hippo will fight other male hippos to win over a female hippo, to be like their partner or their spouse, if you want to call it that. Or territory, which means like land. So they might fight and say, this is my land, you can't live here, kind of a thing. They've got really big mouths. Hippos open their mouths wide when they fight. They show their large teeth. Goodness gracious. That's a big mouth. If you go to that Facebook page, the Cincinnati Zoo page, they shared a video not that long ago of BB, Fiona's mom. She had her mouth open wide like this, and they threw a whole watermelon in her mouth, and she ate it all in like one bite. It was amazing. You should go watch the video. It was really cool to see. Then hippos swing their heads and bellow loudly. Charge! So you better watch out if you see that hippo swinging its head and charging at you. All right, that's the end of our book about hippos. I hope you learned something new about hippos today. And like I said, I really recommend going and looking up the Cincinnati Zoo page. You can learn so much about hippos and see lots of funny videos of BB and Fiona on there. Fiona's probably my favorite animal ever because she's so funny to watch. I hope you had a good time listening to this story, and I'm so sorry we didn't get to go to the zoo, but I hope maybe things will get better this summer and maybe your parents can take you to the zoo sometime soon. Have a great day.